saying that Optimus will eventually make up 80% of Tesla's entire value. A lot of bulls buy into that. But Tesla is yet to sell its first robot and currently isn't at the forefront of commercializing the technology. This, though, I don't want to call it Unitree G1. That's Coid. It's got a name. Its name is Coid. And you might have seen Coid dancing or even kicking on social media. OpenAI, NVIDIA, and Amazon, they're all experimenting with Coid's capabilities.
On a reportedly $2 billion deal for Manus, a Singapore-based developer of general-purpose AI agents, a purchase that has more than paid for itself 9 times over in a single session. The agent is able to execute complex tasks like market research, coding, and data analysis, the kind of tools that let small businesses punch above their weight. Meta saying in a statement that the acquisition is aimed at accelerating AI innovation for businesses, a product line already drawing $10 billion a year.
I want to start off with China right now. So you're saying that China is a leader in what you're calling the next-gen economy. That's robots, even shipbuilding, AI. You're saying they're neck and neck with the U.S. So how does an investor play that? Is there one ETF you can focus on that, or is it more of a stock pick?
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think. And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And we have CNBC bringing on the robots. And all this is letting you know it's time. 2026 to 2029, the robots take over this economy. And we have RoboStore, the ones who sells the Unitree robots. And we see them all over the place in the emerging markets, but not in the United States. The robots, algorithms, and drones are about to take over. They're about to rise like the phoenix. And of course, when they bring this technology, just like the iPhone or any computer, they bring the raggedy one first. But we know what they have behind this curtain. And what I want you to understand, that right now, as soon as they turn on the data centers, these supercomputers, and these robots get to feed off that cloud, you can imagine how smart these robots are going to be. And what is humanity going to be thinking? Yes, we can't beat them, so we're going to join them. And we know over the next 10 years, after 2030 to 2040, it's going to be a push for transhumanism, where the man would rather be a machine. I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And we have Amazon going to be using drones, Walmart, all these delivery companies, UPS, and FedEx are going to be using these drones. And again, we already know the technology is working in a place where they have billions of people. So it's easy to bring it to the West. And during the C word, they ran all the simulations and all the things that didn't go right. Of course, the machines are definitely the fix. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And we have Meta buying Manus for these AI agents. And they're going to be scaling business. And of course, that's going to increase layoffs. Small and medium-sized businesses are already hurting. And then if you give them an easy fix when it comes with this technology, of course, they're going to lay off. And again, we can clearly see the power of this technology, but the end game is for these AI agents to control your digital twin. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And with Bitcoin and crypto, they don't need a human involved in order to transact in this economy. Remember, cryptos mean hidden message, hidden meaning. These cryptos are for the machines, not for you. And we know the BRICS nations are leading this digital economy, led by China and that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And you have billions of people in the emerging markets are in poverty. And with this technology, they'll move from poverty to middle class. So when it comes to the emerging markets, they have a whole lot more upside than the West. While the West is going to be devaluing their dollar is going to get more power. It's the rise of one empire and the fall of the other. So the fall of America to Babylon and the rise of China the dragon. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And every day we keep hearing the drums are beating. And we know all we need is that one crisis in order to bring all this technology in. It is ready. They cause the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. The chessboard is filled up. That black swan is right around the corner. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have the Fed, saying that they are divided, but we know they can't make any rate cuts right now. They have to pause because you have Japan making a move, but then also inflation is going to start making a move, and we haven't heard from the Supreme Court yet when it comes to these tariffs. So we know for a fact from 2026 to 2029, it's going to be movie after movie. This is going to be the most entertaining 3 years. You won't have to worry about turning on your television. You won't have to worry about watching sports. Your real life is going to be a movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
President Trump says U.S. forces struck narcotics loading docks in Venezuela. What do we know about that?
Right. So this is a significant escalation in the pressure campaign. We didn't really get further details beyond what President Trump said. His quote was that there was a, quote, major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. This does appear to confirm something that he had suggested in a radio interview on Friday, that the U.S. was targeting a big plant or a big facility. When it comes to what is a divided FOMC, with the minutes showing most officials see additional interest rate cuts as likely appropriate if inflation declines over time as expected. Yet we did get further signaling from some participants on the committee who suggested that under their economic outlooks, it would likely be appropriate to keep the target range unchanged for, quote, some time. According to the minutes, quote, several participants pointed to the risk of higher inflation becoming entrenched.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.